Is Dr. Fauci really Two-Face from Batman? Okay, so what does Dr. Fauci have in common with Two-Face, the evil villain from Batman? At first glance, it's not obvious. After all, Dr. Fauci's not missing half of his face. Granted, half or all of his soul, but I digress. According to NPR, on Wednesday, the public health team's poster octogenarian, Herr Fauci, spouting from the bodily orifice above his waist, said that the U.S. is now out of the pandemic phase. But on the same day, as a note to Two-Face, he vomited up the exact opposite opinion. I know, so hard to believe, as a good doctor is usually so consistent, never contradicting himself. Don't believe me? Okay, let's look at Exhibit A. The Keebler elf said, "It's over" on PBS NewsHour Wednesday, and I quote, "We are certainly right now in this country out of the pandemic phase," Fauci said in an interview with PBS NewsHour. Namely, we don't have 900,000 new infections a day and tens and tens and tens of thousands of hospitalizations and thousands of deaths. We are at a low level right now. So if you're saying, are we out of the pandemic phase in this country? We are, he said. Now, Fauci didn't stop there. He went on and on about how the pandemic is so over for almost a full minute afterwards. But then, on the same day, two Fauci face told the Associated Press reporter the exact opposite. Let's see. "We are in a different moment of the pandemic," he said. "After a brutal winter surge," Fauci added, "we've now decelerated and transitioned into more of a control phase. By no means does that mean the pandemic is over." So, which face are we to believe? That right there is a mighty fine example of same-day narrative shifting. Maybe like that almost other octogenarian in the White House. Crazy Uncle Joe. Maybe Dr. Fauci just forgot what he said in the morning. Now, while those of us that are familiar with the law of non-contradiction might see a problem with two Fauci faces' words, sadly, there will be a lot of folks who will accept both statements. That we are out of the pandemic phase in this country, and also that by no means does this mean the pandemic is over. They will take both as gospel. Now, apparently, some folks can hold both thoughts in their minds concurrently and not be troubled by the illogic of that, unlike Mr. Spock. Now that I think of it, there was some old dead white guy who coined a term to describe magical double brain power. What was his name again? George somebody. He wrote a book. Now, I can't quite remember, but I do remember that the boys from Van Halen liked it so much that they named an entire album after it. 1984. All right, you got me. Before you get your knickers in a knot, fact checkers, maybe it wasn't the entire band. Oh, what was that term again? Oh, yes. Doublethink means the power of holding two contradictory beliefs in one's mind simultaneously and accepting both of them. Now that's known fondly to those of us who believe in reality as insanity, Dr. F. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Facebook and my Rumbles account, and I will see you next time.